Hello, our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. How are you? Wow, welcome back. Welcome back to our Momentum Monday. Today is our 112th episode, and today's exciting topic is about how to train your financial dragon. I hope some of you maybe already watched this movie. It's quite popular a few years ago. It's actually a cartoon movie, and one of my favorite. We watch it with my kids. And it's especially actually it's not just for kids, okay? It's many adults enjoyed it. This kind of movie, How to Train Your Dragon. And here the dragon could really be what is truly challenging you. And here today our topic is focusing on your financial dragon. How many of you please lift up your hands and or like comment under our video, let us know. When we talk about your finance, okay, your personal finance or your family finance, how many of you feel like, oh, it's so challenging, right? It's so difficult. And challenge, like, what is your top challenge? What is the top challenge when we talk about your finance? Okay, everyone, please put in under the video. Either you are watching this live or replay. Let us know because the interactions will make more sense for you to learn this important topic, and especially for our service-based entrepreneurs, right? Our coaches, visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. We are so great and we are passionate about our call, right? To help many other people, especially like if you are helping people on their lives, different aspects on their, for example, relationship, their health, their lives, like their mindset and their purpose, their passion, their career, all these different aspects, right? They're like a spirituality. But then talk about finance. So many of us could feel like so overwhelmed, right? Overwhelmed and could be feel like, oh, that's not my zone. That's not my genius and it's so difficult. I mean, put this to those professionals, let them to handle it, right? And that's how we feel not close, not collected, and even like feel like separated from our finance, like from our money, right? And that's why so many of you feel like you're struggling even with making your money because you feel like that kind of a connection with money at all, right? So here today, let's help you solve this problem, okay? And by the way, for me, my challenge in my finance years ago, almost like 20 years ago, I had my, by the way, I have my initial in college, I had my computer science background. And then after worked a few years, I started to learn like MBA. I got my executive MBA degree from Rutgers University. And after that, I experienced, I had totally 13 years of a corporate experience. So worked for corporate, almost like so many different functions and explored it and very fun. Now I'm thinking that it's like a very interesting journey because I started like from IT, right? I did like a network engineer in a national bank in China in a headquarter, and so that's a big like a bank. And then after that, I worked for international companies like some famous brand. Maybe you heard about McAfee. And during that time, they are not called a McAfee, they're called like a Network Associates Incorporation. And it's a big international one. And I worked in their branch in Beijing. And then worked as their like operations, training director, training management, and then it's like account management. And then is I tried the different functions I just remember then. And then in another company, after I get my executive MBA, I went to another company to be like a strategic consulting and management consulting. And then after I immigrated to US, I worked in a Fortune 100 company as a performance management director. So it's like all these great different functions, very interesting journey. And I learned actually in my executive MBA, learned finance, right, international finance, and I was quite good for the performance director, and even did manage over 120 countries branches their financial performance, and also reported strategic data and planning with president and vice president. So that said, Sounds like I should be very good at finance, right? But it's corporate finance. And then when we talk about personal and family finance, I just found like, wow, I still like, even though I have some basic knowledge, right? But I still found I was so lack of that kind of knowledge, especially I was not familiar with all those kind of financial vehicles. For example, the taxes, right? And like reporting taxes, I had no clue. We gave that to accountant to do for our family. And then what? For like the money. If I have money, like a traditional Chinese, I just save in the bank. My money is saved in the bank with very little, like minimum amount, very little like a growth, right? And it's just like staying there. The money is like look. I feel like the money is staring at me. Say, what would you do with me? It's just like it just letting me sleep there. I feel like that's a waste, right? I feel like I want to remember like there's a. Have you read the book? Like the Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki wrote this famous book, Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Have you read that book? Rich Dad Poor Dad. He has that famous quadruple. In that here he like the right side, the top side is employee. The downside left side, sorry, the left top is the employee, and then the bottom left is in self-employed. The right side, hi, Janet. Yeah, Janet, how are you? The right side top is business owner. The right downside is investor. See that four quadruple. And he's asking people which side, right? You think the majority of people are in which side? Left side and right side. And which side has the most wealth? Guess what? I guess most people could guess right? But you just don't know what exactly how much is that. So the left side, employee and self-employed, is about 95% of population. But guess what? How much of wealth is on this left side? Only around 5%. So 95% of people, majority of people, are only owning 5% of wealth of this society. And the right side, business owners and the investors. Business owners means like they own the system. They own, like they have people, they have their systems, right, to work for them. And the investors is like they invest money. They let the money work for them. So the right side, only 5% of population, but they own over 95% of the wealth of this world. Think about Elon Musk, right? He's a business owner. He's also like investor. And he's the richest person in this world. And so all those richest ones, like Warren Buffett and quite like Bill Gates, right? All those rich ones, they just 5% of population, but own 95% of wealth. So which side you are in now? Think about yourself. Give yourself an evaluation. Which side you are in? Left side or right side? Are you like a majority of us, right? Are coaches and visionary entrepreneurs, and maybe you are just like a solopreneur. Solopreneur work just for yourself, right? Service-based business for yourself. Some of you maybe I now have a part of like a business. I'm now both self-employed and also business owner. I have my system, and also I'm associated with the finance business. So I have a platform, I have a team. So I'm part of the business owner already. But I'm on this journey, okay? Eventually get to also part of investor, I would say. Now my money is also, some of them are already in the investment and generate money for me and working for me, right? But I'm on this journey, still in that transition, not fully get off of my like solopreneur stage yet. But majority of us are solopreneurs here. A majority of our coaches, visionary entrepreneurs, are still in that the second quadruple, right? It's like the self-employed. You are not very good at your finance. You don't know, just like a beginning, right? Quite a few years ago, I was looking at my money sitting in the bank accounts. Have quite a few accounts. I feel like this is a waste of my money. I don't know how to invest them. I don't know how to really planning for for example, the future, retirement, for my family's protection, for my kids. My kids now is teenager. They are going to in high school, both of them. They are going to college quite soon. and I don't know how to plan for their like a college funding, all this kind of thing, right? And also how to invest all this money to let them grow and in a safe way. I'm actually, I like to take risks, but for money, I do not want to take too much risks, right? For example, in my coaching industry, in other things, I like to take risks. I like to do adventures. I'm spontaneous. I love to explore new things. But for money, I'm just like traditional Chinese. If it's not the same in a bank, I want to find some other safe ways for it to grow. So I was thinking, oh, where can I get this kind of advice, right? So I was thinking I need some like a financial advisor. So I went to, for example, we are like private clients for Chase Bank. I consulted their advisors. They gave me some suggestions, but not like a full picture. I even sit down to with their counselor, advisor, give me some like brief. Let's say it's not like a training, it's just like a brief consulting. But I got lost. I said, what is talking about? I have no clue, even with my background, gosh. And then I feel like, oh, this is not what I'm looking for. So I keep in my mind, I keep searching, right? But I was so busy. I was super busy. I was like doing this and in my coaching business, fully engaged. Every day you need to how to say, communicate, every day create values. So I really did not have time for finance. No time, right? I also feel like it's so complicated. I did not, deep in my heart, I feel like I'm trying to avoid it, right? How many of you feel that way? I try to avoid it, even though I know I desperately need it. I know it's very important, right? We know it's important, and we know that we need it, but at the same time we try to avoid it. How many of you do you resonate with that, right? You just feel like that's so difficult, and think about this taxes or all these things, that's too much. I do not have that time, right? I feel like I do not have that time, and it's so difficult for me to understand. So while I was searching inside my heart, I did not really put much time on it, honestly. And also, like, you search online, so much information, all this kind of vehicles, all this kind of companies, all this kind of resources. You don't know where to start. Did you have that experience? I'm just wondering. Please type in the chat and let me know. I don't know if Janet is still there, and I just want to know what's your experience, right? To say if you have a similar experience like mine. And just let us, by the way, even though you are watching this replay, I definitely will check I get the notification from online. I would definitely communicate with you, and through our have some interaction. That would be interesting, and to know what's your journey. So, and to say how to understand where you are now as well. So what is your top challenge in your finance? Okay, and was your journey? When you talk about this side, what did you try to find some resources? What kind of resources have we already found? Is that working for you? Okay, share something with me. Let me know. I'm interested to learn your stories, your background as well, right? To know on this we called like a financial dragon. How is your journey with this dragon? I know that it's like this dragon make me feel like it's very difficult to train, right? It's like, oh, it's like far away. It's still flying in a few years ago, right? I feel like it's flying somewhere in the sky. I could not barely catch it. Could barely catch it. Okay, that's my dragon. How about your dragon? Where is your dragon? Are you riding it? Are you training it, or it's still like flying somewhere in the sky, right? This is so difficult. Like this, especially like in the U.S. Now, where I'm based in New York. I don't know where you are. I hope you, when you are listening to me, if you can benefit the most, is like you're in the U.S. Okay, you are in the U.S. and so we were talking about the same language, because different countries have different financial environment, different vehicles, different resources, different like legal compliance. Everything is totally different. So that's why let's put this scope inside of the U.S. Okay. And if you are in the U.S. and you feel like, oh my God, the U.S. is famous for its finance, okay? It's famous and it's great at its finance, vehicles, resources, but at the same time could be overwhelming so much. And even one thing, like one specific thing in the financial vehicle, on the market, on the internet, you can see totally conflict and contradicting kind of opinions, okay? Like one side could say, oh, this is like good. Another side could say, oh, that isn't bad, from their different perspective to analyze. So you will be driving crazy and say, oh, how come? Like some experts are saying this is good, some other experts say, all of them are called the experts, right? They are saying this is bad. Then what's the meaning of this vehicle to be generated if it's still like in the market, and especially like if you learn later about different generations of financial vehicles, and now the new vehicles, right, there's always like reasons why the new ones is replacing the old ones, and the new ones, but even the new ones, some people say, oh, this is good, and some other people say this is bad. So all have their appealing and also analysis. So even this could drive you crazy. Okay, now how could we let the money really love us, right? You want to attract money. You want money to love you, want money to serve you, and want money to work for you, right? Like the business owner and the investor side, you want the money to work for you instead of you chase around money, right? How many of you feel like sometimes you're chasing around money, just like you're chasing your clients, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. Here we are all focusing on the organic way and also attraction way, okay? We want to be, we're talking about the abundance, right? Abundance, you do not want to be like the hard worker, just like, or like, how to say, even though you have this, this one is like the financial dragon, it's flying everywhere. You want to train it. You want to attract it. You want to really own it and gain its love. Gain love's love, the money's love to chase you around. How about that, right? So like Elon Musk, I feel like for him, he's not worrying about making money at all, right? It's of course he still want to make more money, but he focuses more on the innovation and the products or services they can create that can just like change the world and can like really make people's life even better, right? That's his focus. And the money, he's attracting that into his world. So that's what we want to do. We want to attract money. And now, and why, if you feel like you are not attracting money, you are chasing money. Here is the secret. Have you ever read this book? Recently, I've been reading this book again, second time. The Think and Grow Rich with Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill. This book is quite famous, right? Here, he's teaching you how to think and grow rich, right? It's like, of course, it's not saying that you do not need to do anything, but it's every reach starts with your idea, with your thinking. And the secret I just found, the number one secret, I was understanding why I was not attracting money into my world. Why I feel like making money is difficult, just like my parents, right? Initially, I had that mindset. Making money is difficult. Money is like even evil, right? Money, rich people, they are like majority of them not so good. They are like greedy. They are like slaves of money, right? That kind of a mindset. I feel that's why. No wonder money is away from me, because I feel like, oh, money is not so good. But then the more and more I get into the abundance coaching, the more and more I read this book, the more and more I observe my mentors, those successful mentors like Tony Robbins, Dean Gross, Oprah Winfrey. Especially Oprah Winfrey, she's never really doing any marketing. You never feel like she's doing any marketing, right? But she's just like the queen of money, queen of gold, queen of whatever, like kind of a fame, everything. It's attracted into her world. Why? Her speeches is like so calm, so like penetrating into your soul. It's like she's focusing on your heart, your soul to connect with you and to deliver that message to help you live a better, become a better person. She's focusing on that. Like Elon Musk, right? Focus on his passion, focus on his innovation, technology, everything like change the whole human beings' lives, right? And even bring us to the Mars, everything like that. It's like sounds crazy, but all those mentors and masters, they are not focusing on money itself at all. Okay, that's a secret. But at the same time, from the think and grow rich, right? You need to desire what? You need to have that desire. If you want have money's love, You need to have the love for money. You need to have the love for money. I believe like even Oprah Winfrey, she had that passion for to attract all this kind of like people's attention, right? People's how to meet people's needs, how to change their life, how to own more, both intangible and tangible resources to transform more people's lives. She used the TV as a media, but eventually she attracted all this money to her, and so that she could help many other people's lives. So here I just found what I'm missing. I found it a few years ago. What I'm missing was the desire, because that mindset limited, old mindset limited me. I did not have that fund, that affection of money, right? I did not feel like even tried to avoid it. I feel like I feel like I was there, right? The money is there, like it is like doing all this kind of evil things, and that's why it's like you are repel money. You are repel it, and how could it, if you want it to love you? For example, in a train the dragon, for the dragon to love the owner first loved the dragon. Okay, that's a secret. So if you want money to love you, you need love money first. And it's not forced love. You need to really have this natural, purposeful desire of money. So since then, I was having more and more thinking about money. Why? The why is super important, right? It's not just the love money for love money, okay? It's like, oh, money is good. Money can make me rich. Money can make me live very well. Money can give me power. Money can give me influence. Money can make me famous and celebrity and influence so many people. No, not just that level of love money. Think about it truly. Why you should love money? Why? Okay, so more and more I'm thinking about what's my true purpose, because so many of us, we separate our purpose, our true holy noble purpose, we separate from money. We think, oh, that's not like related to money at all. Because if you think about it, right, we think about our direct purpose. We think we want to change people's life. We want to help people, like you, right? You want to help people's life. You want to help them to become a best person, and you want to help them to connect with their universal intelligence or God or whatever you call, like your faith, right? You want to help them to connect with their faith, want them to become a more like both spiritual and also fulfilling person. You want to help them to like master their own body and feel good about themselves, and also control master their health, right? Or you want to help them to manage their time, or you want to help them to develop their passion and their like a career. You want them to even like mindset of whatever things, right? Mindset of life, and all these things. You want to help people. You want to transform people's lives, and that's our true purpose, right? But we did not connect that with money. Thinking about how money could help us, especially think about some specific purpose of you, specific purpose, like especially, for example, from closer one. I want like your close one, your loved ones, right? You want some of you, like you said, maybe you will say my loved partners is my purpose, or my children. There's so many parents there, right? You feel like your children is your purpose. You want to help them to live a great life, like Dean Grosasi, he wants his children have a control of their lives, not repeat his like earlier childhood tragedies. He wants them to live a life that they can control. And he also, for his purpose, he wants to control his life. He wants to contribute values. And for many of us, right, we want to contribute to our loved ones. And for me, I'm thinking about my loved ones, my parents. My parents, especially my deep, deep, best love. I feel like because they contributed so much, they loved me, they gave me life. And they are just part of the plan of God, right? They gave me the physical life. I really am grateful for them, but they lived in a very, let's say, very limited environment, and in China, and they had a poor childhood. So now they are old, they still like live very like live more like I would say happier life. And now because China has better, quite greater like environment, right, materially. and and but they do not want to come to the US. They enjoy their old environment. But I love them. I want them to have more. I want them to experience more. And I want them to have more open environment, not just material, but also mentally and spiritually. And they do not have the spirituality that part of life, because in China it's totally different world, right? And the majority of people are not spiritual at all. So majority of people just think like they have philosophy. I also have my Oriental philosophy. That's great. But they do not have that kind of enjoyment of spirituality part, majority of them. So I feel like I love my parents. I want to have more money, including money, right? I want to visit them more. I want to bring them out to see the world more. I want to just like help them experience life more in a more abundant way. I can feel I can experience now. So that's part I want to contribute to my parents. I want to, by the way, because they grew up in China, they did not really have any earlier like mature financial vehicles to protect them. They do not even have a life insurance. They did not have like a very good um, let's say like retirement planning, similar to many of our boomers, baby boomers here in the US. Many of them did not grow up with that kind of mature environment, financial environment, so they did not have enough protection, do not have enough like retirement and for their long-term care. Also similar to my parents in China and many baby boomers here in the US, similar situation. They are lacking of financial vehicles and resources, and did not have the knowledge as well to protect them. So I want to help my parents. And on another side, as a mom, I have two kids. I want to help my children to grow up with more financial vehicles, with more financial freedom. I want them to at least know the method, the vehicles, and the resources and the knowledge, especially the most important, right? The knowledge that they can apply so that their life will be more in control in themselves, from material and to, of course, like to mind and to their spirituality. So the both of them, my parents, my kids, my most loved ones, I want to help them the most, change their lives first, and also change myself, right? And at the same time, change many of my people, like you, like our coaches, our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. I am part of you. I am one of you. I know that what you are passionate about, what is your purpose, what you are called for. But I also know what is your struggling, right? When many of you, and when we talk about finance, you feel like struggling. Many of you did not plan your finance at all. And I remember I talked with people in their 60s, in their some of them even in their 70s, not fully prepared, not prepared at all, and some of them in their 40s, some of them even in their 20s and 30s. They are lack of this kind of knowledge and finance knowledge, right? Their dragon is still flying in the sky somewhere. They have no clue where to even how to attract their dragon to come to them, how to love the dragon, right? They did not know how to really like train it. They have no this kind of knowledge. That's where I feel like so that kind of empathy and also that compassion and a call to help you. Like when we talk about abundance, not just our mindset abundance, not just our spiritual abundance, not just about relationship abundance, but also including our finance abundance as well. So that's why a few years ago, and thank God, I got, because I felt like a very overwhelming, I felt like a very difficult, but then because I have the deep desire, right, even though not so strong, but I know I was struggling, and eventually this kind of universe helped me to get this resource, and I was attending some training, and I found this great resource, this kind of a platform where this reach of these financial resources, the reach of all these financial vehicles, and it's a brokerage company, is a well-known, the worldwide well-known company, and they have a great presence in the US and a big platform and wonderful teams, and great mentors, great training systems, and also great brokerage with well-known financial producers to provide products. It's like perfect for me, right, for my family, and I immediately get help through those teachers and trainers and mentors, and I helped my family to do the financial planning. And now I can really leverage their platform to help many of you. So the number one level is like how you could make money to love you, serve you, and work for you. Like number one level is really refer to this Think and Grow Rich, right? It's really desire. You need to have the desire. If you want to train your dragon, your financial dragon, you need to have that desire. Desire to train it, desire to attract it, desire to have it. Think about it when you can ride on it, that kind of freedom, right? When you can ride on your dragon, on your financial dragon, become its owner, become its like it's called like his owner, right? He would like to listen to you. He would like to be right by you, and you could really take that kind of a fly and slide or whatever, like up and down in the sky, enjoy that freedom, and you will not be afraid of that finance anymore. Think about that kind of freedom, right? You can fly with your dragon, and that kind of freedom. So you first need that desire. And don't feel like, even though as I understand it's natural to feel like overwhelmed, but you need to have the deep desire to master it. Okay, instead of let it flying anywhere, you have no control and you have to struggling. You need to have that desire. Cultivate that desire. Every day think about your financial goal. Every day think about how the finance, right? We talk about now how the desire, you can get that deep desire is that you need to connect it with your purpose, your true purpose. So when I now think about my purpose, think about my loved ones and you guys, you, my visionary entrepreneurs, coaches, I want to help. And think about my specific vision. I want to one day open my, especially not just online, right? I want my physical presence of my abundance university, my abundance centers, and not just in one location, but many other great cities, not just in New York, but also for example in Beijing, in Chengdu, in London, in where it's even in Hawaii, right? All those kind of great places in Sydney, different locations, maybe in Japan. I don't know. It's it could be unlimited possibilities. You need to let your dreams, allow your dreams to dream bigger. Okay, it's really allow your dreams to dream bigger. Do not let your current financial situation to limit your dreams and limit your purpose. Right? How many of you, even though you have a big and beautiful, great purpose and a mission, you feel like sometimes your reality, your financial situation may limit your dreams, right? You feel like, oh, that sounds like impossible. Think about how much money I have now. And now you realize how much importance is money, right? Your finance situation, your money can really help you change your game. So why don't you unlimit your financial dream, unlimit your finance desire, to allow your dream to dream bigger, to allow your purpose to really gain that wing to fly, right? So you need to really connect your desire with your purpose, and then unleash your mind, your mindset, unleash your mind, like a money mindset, to really now, through all these years, I even hired coaches and mentors to help me overcome my limiting money beliefs, right? Initially I thought it's evil, it's bad, and now I'm thinking about transformed my mindset to think about how money could really change lives. And for example, I've been donating through the churches, through different courses, and I've been donating recently the cancers, what's that, I forgot, American Children Cancer kind of a fund, right? I sponsored them and even provided some solutions, or if they need my help, I could use my coaching to help them. So I also use my coaching to sponsor other charities, and also money donations as well. So think about all those charities with more money, how much you can help. Think about Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates, he used to be the number one richest person in this world. He had his foundation, and he used that foundation to sponsor so many medical, educational kind of projects and programs worldwide, especially for Africa and those who are vulnerable places. Did so many great things. Think about how much money could help change this world. Really, I'm now, the more I donate, the more I give. Really, I want you to give more, okay? Because the more you give, including money, okay, not just your emotional or spiritual, or even with your service to give. You need to also give money, to donate money. And now the more you give, you feel Like Tony Robbins, I remember he gave once before he's famous, right? Before he became now that kind of like a great person, he gave when he was still struggling with money. He gave all his left money, dozens of dollars, like 30 some, 20 some bucks. That's all his money. When he was still a janitor, he gave all that to a little boy, like around 11 years old, a boy who was treating his mother like a queen. He was like in a restaurant. So after Tony Robbins finished his last like last supper, right? Last buffet, he gave all his left money to that boy, and he did not even have money for his rent, but he was joyful, he's happy. He felt like he helped the whole world, right? So that kind of a giving, that scale of giving, that extent of giving, okay? When you give that much, when you are giving, keep giving and giving more, now you will have more and more desire for money. You will feel like more kind of a that kind of mindset of that kind of a noble and holy attachment, that kind of a feeling about money, because now money is not evil anymore. Now money is a noble blessing. Money is a blessing, is energy, is compassion, is love. Money is love, okay? Money is love. Money is love. When I was giving that money to American Children's Cancer Foundation, I'm giving love. Because money I can give is always limited, right? Money could always be measured, but the love could not be measured. The love is so deep, right? So I was also like contacting them and asking them what kind of other services I could contribute to help them. So the love, when you collect money with love, collect money with giving to contribution to this world, that help you as well, right? Let's remember those like 6 levels of needs, human needs, from certainty to uncertainty to significance to love and connection to growth and then to contribution. When you have more money to give, that meets your needs to contribute. That's why all those rich people, they want to give, especially those ones with a great mind, with a great heart. They want to give, they want to contribute. Money in their own hands is not so much meaningful anymore. They want to give, to contribute, to make more meaning from money. Okay, so that's like including Warren Buffett. He's a great person. He's he used to be like a richest person in this world as well, and he's contributing his money, for example, to Bill Gates Foundation, to other charities. He's giving money. So that level, connect your desire with your true purpose, and when you connect money with love, and when you give more, now you will have a great mindset and feeling about money. And now more and more you will desire more money in a holy way, okay? Not in a greedy, in an evil way, but really in a holy way, and in a really compassionate way, and in a way God will favor you. God will favor you because you want the money to serve people, and you want to align that with your purpose, with your specific vision. Okay, that vision like I have with my giving, how much I want to donate. I want to donate millions of dollars to all those charities, right? I want to pour my heart to them. I want, including China. I came from China, but so far I feel like I contributed so little to China. There's so much, like, even though like now people feel, oh, Chinese people are rich, but there are like big rural areas. Many people are still struggling, right? Majority of people are just like that quadruple. Like a 5% 5% of population own 95% of wealth. Similar here in the U.S., okay, just worldwide similarly, and 95% of people own just 5% of wealth, and majority of people, and China is a big population country, majority of them are still struggling, right? Poor, many people like could not even feed themselves. So think about that. I have so much to contribute, but here I feel like I'm not so much with my financial vehicles, right? That's more and more I'm desiring money, and because that can enable me to do so many great things, and my coaching will even be greater on the top of money, right? If I can use money to support people's basic needs, like Tony Robbins is donating his money to feed America. His target is feeding 1 billion people. I want to help worldwide, not just China, not just US. I want to help worldwide billions of people. and through my money, and also through my abundance foundation. That's in my vision. Abundance foundation, and also through my abundance university, through my abundance center, and through my abundance coaching, right? I'm aligned that all with my specific vision. And then you will feel like now your dragon is not an ugly, like a fierce kind of animal anymore, okay? Your financial dragon will be such a cute, beautiful spirit. Do you feel that? Do you see that picture? A trained dragon, that black dragon looks like ugly, right? He was used to be like the ugliest, like a little dragon in all dragons. All other dragons are beautiful, like phoenix, whatever, right? Different colors and rainbow colors, beautiful and powerful, big. He's that teeny tiny, like ducklings, like so ugly. Theirs like a very intimidated and like is not confident about himself at all, right? So till the owner, till that is your dragon, okay? By the way, that's so far your dragon. That little, not confident and intimidated, and ugly little dark dragon. But until you, the owner, the cold owner, okay, really pour love to your dragon. Pour love, empower it, nurture it, cultivate it, and give your love and spirit and your confidence into it. And that kind of love itself is confidence, okay? And that dragon, that little dragon, owned his energy now because he had love from his owner, and he gained that power. And eventually he became invincible. He even fought with a little like body, right? He won. He gained that victory over like a big giant evil dragon. So that's how you want to train your dragon, okay? Pour your love of your dragon and connect with your holy purpose and vision, specific vision, and think about what unlimited level, how you could possibly impact more lives, just like Tony Robbins, just like Bill Gates, just like Warren Buffett. Think about that one. Even now sounds like impossible for you, right? That's too far away from you. But dare to desire, dare to dream, okay? Dare. I just want to challenge you to dare to do that. I'm daring myself to do that as well, because now my reality is still like far away from those giants, right? From those great thought leaders, from my mentors. But I challenge myself, dare to imagine, okay? Imagination is free, all right, people? And even though you have no money at all, imagination is free. Your dream is free, okay? Just dare yourself to dream, to imagine, okay? And there's no charge for that. You can just imagine or dream as much as you can, okay? So there's no limit. The sky is your limit, okay? Like especially if you want your dragon to fly high, you just let the sky to be big, right? Just allow it to fly in the sky, because it's unlimited. The universe is unlimited. It's infinite. So that's a level how you could really let your dragon to align with your purpose, with your vision, so that, and also especially your love and passion, your desire, right? To empower your dragon to really fly. Okay, now get to the practical level. All right, to the practical level is really how you could gain the wins, right? For the how do you could really empower or love and attract that the train. How do you can really practically train your dragon? All right, so now you need to take action. The action actually now is very simple. I shared with you earlier. I have already associated with this platform. After I associate with them, what did I do? I take action. Initially I thought I have no time, right? I was so busy in my coaching, everything, and also with my kids as a mom. I had no time. But then what? I feel like this is necessary. This is I must learn it. I must train and ride my dragon. I could not let my dragon fly somewhere without me, like the owner, the master, have the control of it, right? Otherwise, I will be controlled by him. So I book on my calendar all the schedules, right? All their available trainings. I attended the training. Initially, I thought, oh, this is so challenging. All this time, I do not have that much time. But I disciplined myself, book on my calendar, and I made sure that I attend it. And then I made sure I build my habits to be consistent, to learn, to keep learning. And then the more and more I gained this knowledge, financial knowledge, right? That's the basics, financial knowledge. And more I learn the vehicles about those, they are brokerage, right? Their platform has great like A plus level, like A rated, A level rated, all those over 100, almost 200 of famous financial producers providing those financial vehicles and products. They have a brokerage of that, so that's great, right? So we could learn different ones and choose, and also they have a product committee, and they do all this, like PhD people. They do researches and they do analysis and they do recommendations. So that's great, right? You leverage, okay? You need to learn and also leverage other people's talents, leverage resources, leverage a platform, leverage teams, right? We had great teams, and the mentors, and we have mentors. You want to leverage, okay? So leverage is the best thing for you to gain quickly the skills, the knowledge. And then what? The last one is really how to make, like Napoleon Hill said, knowledge is just a potential power. You want to practice it, okay? After you learned, you want to, through the guidance, through the support, through all the resources, to apply in your own finance, okay? In your own financial planning, like you also, of course, you get the professionals, right? The professional advisors, consulting, let them guide you, but apply that in your situation, your personal or family's finance planning situation. I applied that, and then my family's finance changed. My money is not just staying in the bank. I still save some, like emergency fund in the bank, but other money we planned for my retirement, planned for my kids' education fund, for planned for like investment and to grow, and also how to also and planned in the ways to save to for my long-term care, planned for the ways to save tax for long-term as well. Okay, for different ways you have, and also at the same time how to avoid like certain, either you can take some certain of market risk, and other parts you want to have a safe investment to avoid all those risks, right? So you have a peace of mind, and all depends on your own different risk tolerance, right? And also your like experience with finance. So with this kind of a knowledge, leverage and guidance, and then the practice of this knowledge in my family situation, I got that great planning now, and it's like we've already planned for thousands of years later, even for our next generations. I feel like that kind of peace of mind now. I feel like now I'm taking the ride of my dragon. I'm still training my dragon, by the way. It's still like sometimes give me challenges, right? I feel like the dragon, but I'm now feeling that kind of a connection with it. I feel like I'm the owner of it. I'm not just like a side watcher and like have low control of it, and also get overwhelmed and struggling with it. I now feel peace of mind. I'm also enjoying now that kind of freedom right in it now. And I know that I'm keep learning and also practicing and leveraging resources, and I will get more and more mastery over my financial dragon. So that's my today's sharing for you. And now always how you can get these kind of resources as well. So I would invite you, actually this Thursday we will have a workshop. There's a webinar. It's for free for you. Okay, so if you want to really learn the financial knowledge, the basic knowledges, right? And today if we are talking about all this kind of more about mindset, and Thursday is really on practical financial knowledge. Okay, so that's it's a money, wealth, entrepreneurship financial presentation on Thursday 1 p.m. Eastern time for free. So I will share that link under my video. Make sure that you will check and register for it, and we will see you on Zoom. We will share with you the knowledge and also help you to say where you could start to leverage your resources to start train your dragon. Okay, it's like you are getting into like train your dragon kind of a school. Will help you, teach you how to train your dragon. Okay, so that you will not be like you will not get lost. You will be guided step by step. Every step we will have mentors here to support you, and professional advisors here to consult you. so you will never get lost. All right, so that's my invitation. I hope you will be there. Make that commitment that you will be the master to train and to ride your financial dragon. All right, do not let it fly nowhere and anywhere and you have no control at all, right? And you struggling by yourself there and limiting. That's because the finance part is limiting your dream, is limiting your vision, and also limiting your reality. Okay, so you want become the owner and the master of it. All right, so we will see you. Make sure that you will show up. See you inside of our Thursday 1 p.m. Eastern Time, the webinar, Money, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship, because also we'll share some more opportunities for you. You can choose, okay, either just focus on the knowledge part, or you can also focus on more practice side, okay, even explore the entrepreneurship, maybe like a side hustle like mine, okay. I have coaching. This is my focus, the passion, but at the same time I think the finance is my foundation. I'm taking that as my side hustle to master my dragon. Okay, so we'll see you on Thursday. All right, everyone, have a wonderful Monday and the rest of the week. We'll see you soon. Okay, bye bye.